with his speech entitled What I Learned in the Dark. Representing PSA Southeast, please welcome Harry Kalymnios.
It's 4:30 in the morning. I'm in a pitch black room. I can barely make anyone out. Besides, it wouldn't make any difference. There's no talking allowed, nor any eye contact, and you only get 1 hour of recreation a day. I started getting nervous, thinking about whether I would last in there. Was I strong enough to survive? Some of the others looked like they'd done hard time there before. C block was now my home. More pressing was that for the next few hours, I would be confined to a space no bigger than a doormat. Nothing but my own mind for company. It was my fault I was there, though. I had, in effect, chosen to be there. Have you ever had to make a difficult choice? One that in the moment is uncomfortable, but yet for the greater good? For I was on a 10-day silent meditation retreat called Vipassana in mystical Hereford. While there, I gained a massive insight that I'm going to share with you. But first, let me tell you what got me there in the first place. I was there because I wanted more clarity in my life, and I wanted to learn what it took to become a high performer. And when I researched what high performers did, I noticed patterns in their behavior, things that many of them did to make them excel compared to other people. Who do you regard as a high performer? Maybe it's Oprah Winfrey, Steve Jobs, Hugh Jackman. My research into high-performing individuals shows that, like them, 80% meditate. So I experimented with it, and over time I built up to a whopping 5 minutes a day. But Vipassana was different. This was 12 hours a day for 10 days straight. No talking, no eye contact, and no eating after lunch. Not only that, but for 3 one-hour sessions a day, you had to be totally still. That's right, not move a muscle. And you can bet your house on the fact that the moment the session starts, you'd get an itchy nose, or worse. You can't touch it, blow on it, rub it against anything. Why not? Okay, it took me a while to understand this, but back to that key insight that I'd like to share with you. You see, you learn, not intellectually, but in your being, that this too shall pass. Life is transient. Things come, things go. Don't get attached to what you're experiencing. That might be something that you've heard gurus say before, but to actually be there, experiencing that itch and tell yourself it's okay, it'll pass, boy, did I want to quit. I've done marathons, triathlons, been to Everest Base Camp and reached the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro. But this was the toughest of the lot. And it didn't get any easier as the days passed. However, a funny thing did happen to that itch. You know, after a few torturous minutes, you know what? It did pass. Those gurus definitely know their stuff. This too shall pass. The itch was transient. Your feelings are transient. Life is transient. You realize this, not intellectually, but in your bones. And every day I remember that phrase because, let's be frank, stuff happens to all of us, sometimes all at once. Recently I returned home from Miami on crutches because of a serious knee injury. And as I walked in my house, there waiting for me was my girlfriend. Her bags were packed. She looked at me and said, "I'm leaving you." My whole world shattered. Eventually, after the tears had dried, but the pain was still there, I remembered what I'd learned from Vipassana meditation. This too shall pass. As you go through life, you're going to experience ups and downs, but they all pass. Spring, summer, autumn, winter, it's just a cycle. And what about you? Are you having a tough time in your business, your relationships, your health? Whatever is happening for you, you'll cope with it better if you remember that. This too shall pass. Thank you.